And I feel like, Frank, we might as well get into it because the chat has been dragging us this entire show about our next guest coming up. They are the developers behind Ark Survival Evolved, which is an exciting action adventure survival game where players must survive being stranded on an island filled with roaming dinosaurs and other hostile challenges. Now, Ark's next expansion, Genesis Part 2, will introduce a vast world filled with strange new biomes, story missions, and exotic creatures. But everyone, before we meet the developers, let's take a look at a trailer for Ark Survival Evolved Genesis Part 2. Here we go.
Welcome, survivor. Enjoy the view. You see before you the pinnacle of mankind's ingenuity. All of humanity's hopes and dreams carefully nestled within this lifeboat. Each of its shining rings are laden with miracles of science and nature. A paradise where the boundary between the biological and technological has been all but erased. And now all of it is mine. I control this vessel now. I command its evolution, and very soon, its destination. From there, my will shall spread across the cosmos forever, infinite and undying. And there's nothing you or that witless puppet, that shadow of her, can do to stop me. I have already set my designs in motion. Our future awaits, survivor.
Cedric and Jesse, welcome on into the weekly. How are you both feeling
Hello.
today?
Great.
Excited.
I can't get
Pretty
enough.
hyped.
Can't get enough of David Tennant's voice. Every time I hear him, I'm like, man, he is Rockwell. Thanks for having us on.
Wow.
Of course.
Yeah, thanks for being here, Jesse. I don't know if you remember me, but we go pretty way back, man. Back when the game first hit the ground running here on Twitch.
Oh, you're talking about
like
6 years ago.
Yeah. And I mean,
Oh, wow.
It's hard to believe.
Times, man.
It's hard to believe that it's been
I can't
6
believe
years.
where we are right now with art. It's like
It's
we
crazy.
were out on the shores, we fell on the shores, and we were making funny characters running around, beating up dinosaurs, trying to tame them, dying constantly. And here we are today with a full-fledged story, it looks like, and just astronomical growth from you and your team. And have you seen the chat? Like, they would not.
I've been in chat
stop.
for like 45 minutes. I'm like, oh gosh.
The beginning of
Well,
the
you know,
show
it's funny.
was
It's
just
It's funny you mentioned that because we started 6 years ago. We wanted to make a survival game that had a fun twist. So riding dinosaurs seemed like a cool thing to do. But, here we are 6 years later, and we've got an awesome story that's developing across mediums. As you can see, the fan base has just been amazing and just always hungry for more content. And it's really driven us as a studio to grow and get better. I mean, a lot of people know, we have a lot of veteran developers on our team, but this was our first game together, and it's just been an amazing ride. And we're super excited about Gen 2. I mean, we took a lot of the stuff that we liked about Genesis 1. We really listened to the community about the things they felt we kind of missed the mark on, and we feel that Gen 2 is really going to make people super excited. It's the largest map playable area that we've ever put out. It's got all sorts of things that we've never even tried before that we think are going to be awesome for people. And of course, we got David Tennant, we got Maddie Madden voicing HLNA now, which they also provide voices in other mediums as well for ARC. And it's really been a sea change, I think, in how we develop the IP from a just don't die survival game to trying to give a little bit of a reason for surviving and motivation, so to put it lightly.
I got a pretty loaded question. And Cedric, I see you over there. We knew you were a player first before you jumped on board with everything. So this is for both you, Cedric, and Jesse. What do we have to look forward to in Gen 2?
Jesse,
got any favorites said? Okay, sure.
I think for me, I think as I engage with the community quite a lot, and a lot of these players have been playing for 5 and 6 years, and they have accumulated things in game, 5 to 6 years worth of things. I mean, you can go and watch an A&E Hoarder show, and you'll pretty much see what our game looks like on official servers. So I think the thing I'm most excited about for this expansion is the fact that there's a lot of quality of life elements that are being added, things that are going to make the game a lot more manageable for people that have these existences that, some people have thousands of dinosaurs that they have to maintain. So there's a lot of things like the egg incubator. There are things in this DLC that I think people are going to be really excited about and are going to make their lives a lot easier on top of just being really good content.
Yeah, I mean, I'll second that. It's like a lot of what we've done is, since this is ARC's last planned paid expansion before that sequel comes out that everybody's excited about, we really wanted to take a look at the game and say, all right, what kind of things can we do with this expansion that are also going to make the things people do in the game more fun, and in a lot of ways less grindy in some cases, and really respond to feedback, also providing stuff new. Aside from that, I mean, I think my favorite thing probably in this expansion is our space dolphin, the Astrodelphus. It's just so crazy. Like, I never thought when we started ARC that we would make a flying dolphin creature that like puts on this crazy saddle that makes it do just insane stuff. Like, I don't know. It's just, to me, it's an exact example of how far we've tried to push ARC with, like, okay, what else can we throw in this game? But other than that, I think the map itself is my favorite thing. I mean, I think players are really going to love Genesis 2. As I mentioned, it's the biggest map we've ever put out. It's bigger than Ragnarok. It's really got a lot of places to play in. And when we did missions for Genesis 2, missions were a new thing in Genesis 1. Some people didn't like that a lot of the missions kind of took up some of the play area. We fixed that for Genesis 2. All the missions are much more story themed. They kind of occur outside of the play area. It doesn't get messed up with where people want to build and roam and do all that free play stuff. And on top of that, the map is just massive and it's so diverse. I mean, there's just the art team has done an awesome job with this map, and we really try to give players something they wouldn't see in just a mod. So this map being on a giant spaceship hurtling through space and seeing bits of that in the sky and going between technical stuff and gooey horror themed stuff with Rockwell's World, and then the sort of tranquil Eden biomes. I think players are really going to love all parts of this map.
Wow. I mean, I want to take this time to remind the chat and everyone at home watching, please put some questions in the chat so Technique and I can go ahead and bring them over to the show. Now, while I do want to know more about these space dolphins, I would love to know from the both of you, are there any new weapons that you're excited about with Gen 2?
Oh, me, for sure. I would say the tech bow. I
Oh,
think
you took
for the
mine.
longest, yeah, for the longest, way before we even really started getting into some of the heavier tech elements, I've always wanted a different bow. I think for fans that are watching, I created Primitive Plus, and I think I have 3 or 4 different bows. Recurve bow. I have different bows. So I'm a fan of bows. It's easy to say that the tech bow is going to be my favorite weapon in Gen 2.
Ooh. All right, Jesse, he took yours. How are you feeling? Do you have another favorite?
It's kind of I would have to say it's kind of a hybrid is the exomech. It's kind of a weapon / item. And it's pretty crazy. It's unlike a lot of the stuff we've done in Arc before, and it's got some really cool gameplay mechanics that go with it. So we're really looking forward to people seeing what they do with that.
Ooh.
Okay.
Kind of gives you like an
Jesse is-
RTS view of the game, which is really unique.
Oh, that's nice. I
Yeah,
can't wait
talk
for
about
that.
doing
And-
new stuff in Arc.
Yeah, absolutely.
Here, we're gonna throw in another when you get this item.
Right.
I can't wait. You speak about some quality of life stuff. A big thing that's in Arc that is besides the dinosaurs, obviously very big, is building. How did you guys build on building in Arc to make it more, I don't know, accessible and easier to snap grids or build up? Was that a big part of Gen 2?
I would say personally, there's still more work to do there. I'll be honest. I play a lot of building games, and I think we learned a lot about. I think what Arc taught us is some of the creative thing that players love to do, and that's legally and illegally. When you have an official server, some people love to build things that you probably wouldn't want to see. It's kind of fair or cheating. So I would say Arc 1 taught us a lot in terms of building. In fact, we just had a recent event by, we have a group called the Architects, and they do building events, and some of the things they built in this event, they're Star Wars replicas of things. It's easy to say that I think we learned a lot in our building system, and I think we'll take that into Arc 2 and kind of expand on that. I don't think we added any more mechanics for Gen 2 in terms of building, and the designers will be shooting me right now if I'm wrong about this, but I don't think we did. But if we did, then the players got a nice treat when they when they loaded up on June 2nd. But I would say definitely we want to expand on that because our players have taught us a lot about what they want to build, how they want to build, and things that we can do in the future to help ease some of their frustrations with building. I think building in all survival games. I mean, I played Valheim, play a lot of different survival games for inspiration and for passion. Things I'm a passion of the genre. So I think we're learning a lot about how games are iterating on building and making things easier for the builders out there.
Man, I'm excited for this. We do have a chat question coming on in. Now, I know both of you already talked about some of your favorite features in Gen 2, but NSYNC ISO wants to know, if you could pick just one, what would be the best feature in Arc Gen Part 2?
The best feature? Oh, I thought you meant in Arc all up.
Oh, no?
Oh, yeah. In Arc altogether, yeah, that's an easy one. But in Gen 2, the best
Man,
feature.
It's really hard to narrow it down. What do you think, Ced?
Yeah,
Right.
for me, it's going to come back to because I spent a lot of time in the community. It's going to come back to things that I feel like the community is going to receive the best. And I think the things that Jesse talked about with the map and how it's a lot more open, it's a lot bigger. There's a lot more buildable areas. There's a lot more playable areas. Launching Gen 1, I know that was a big point of feedback, and in addition to the missions, but I know that was a big point of feedback from our players. So for me, the team being able to take that feedback in, work with it, make changes to the map, and then be able to show that to players, that shows that we're listening, in my opinion, and it shows that we're taking that feedback in. So it's very important that we show our players that we're listening, because Arc is a community built team. It's a community built game. I think we've hired, we did the math the other day, I think we hired close to 20 or 30 people from the community. in various roles, programmers, me. We've had them in all different roles. So we believe in our community. We invest in our community, and just want to give a shout out to the community for showing up here and showing their love to us.
I have to say too, like this is sort of a wait till it comes out and see answer, but I think the vocal performances by our stars are really going to help like make this map come alive. And there's a lot of fun things we put in there, so listen to all the lines. There's some Easter eggs and puns and stuff that were really fun to make. Ooh. So it's new for Ark.
Oh snap. Yeah, I can't wait for a fully voiced crew to come in. Well, chat iridescent Zenith, will we be seeing a return of Mei Yin and Diana from Genesis 2? Or in Genesis 2, excuse me.
That's a spoiler question.
Ooh, that is. Okay, our players are very it's like a mix. You have a lot of players that want us to share everything, but there's a large amount of players that just don't want us. The discovery is a large part of Ark, and I think for a lot of players, they love discovering those things and having that aha moment for themselves. But I don't necessarily want to spoil that one.
I will say that
I agree. I'm a spoiler. I do not. Okay, so let me ask you another question.
Well, I can sort of non-answer it, but answer it. Gen 2 is definitely a bridge to Ark 2. That's kind of, we've said that story-wise. So we're focusing a little bit on characters you haven't seen before and some new storylines and stuff like that. But I will say it's not the last that you will hear about Mei Yin and Diana. So if you're not satisfied with what's happening with them or not in Gen 2, there'll be more down the line. Those are some of our core characters.
There we go. And that's how you properly tease people. Sorry, I didn't do my proper. I didn't do a proper tease on that. Thank you, Jesse.
It was good. It was good. Now, for those at home watching, they would love to know, what can you tell us about the Ark Survival Ultimate Edition?
Oh, this is fun.
Jesse, go ahead and load this up.
Yeah, I mean, it's we thought our 6th anniversary was a good time to put this out. I mean, it's basically everything that we've ever released in one edition. It's a big value. It's pretty cool. Like, you know, on PC, you know, if you've bought any of the stuff on Steam before, it's like a complete the bundle type thing. We've tried to do that where possible, so it's not like you have to like feel like you're rebuying stuff on Steam at least. But you know, we've put out so many crazy content over the years, and I think that up until now we didn't include them all easily for people to get in one place, and this is the first time we're really doing that, and it does include Genesis, the Genesis series as well. So if you're just getting into Ark or want to check it out, it's the one to get, because it's got all the expansions and base game and all the little other things we've put out as well, and including we just did awesome new soundtrack recording live. Gareth Coker, our composer, has done all new music for Genesis Part 2, and as part of the Ultimate Survivor Edition, we're giving away the soundtrack with that as well, like the actual high quality audio files. So for people who really love live orchestration of video game music, it's sweet sounding, let me tell you. So pretty
it is. I thought you were going to leave out the best part, Jesse. That was the best part, to be the full soundtracks. I've been getting comments on Twitter about it. People are really getting hyped now.
Oh, it's awesome. Yeah, he did an awesome job with that.
I love the, you know, nowadays people get so hyped about video game music because it's on a whole different level, you know, and especially now during these times, it's great to have. I remember I was playing Ark back in the day. We'd have to like construct our own little thing going on, but having that is such a great idea. But the Ultimate Edition, guys, everything in one little packed little area. Believe me, there's a lot of content. And when I say a lot, it's a lot of content being packed there. So make sure you guys do look out for that. Yeah. Well, I hate to do this, and I know the chat's going to be after me with torches, but we got to keep going with the show, unfortunately. But if you want to know more and want to see more, and Cedric and Jesse, if they want to converse more with you too, where can they find both of you and more information on the game?
Well, I think to find more information on the game, definitely follow our socials. That'll be on Twitter, Survive the Arc, and our Discord. Our Discord, we engage really heavily with our Discord. You can find up-to-the-date information. For myself, I'm Complex Minded on Twitter. Most of these people probably know that, but and Jesse, you can shout out your info.
Yeah, and stay tuned to our website, survivethearc.com. As you guys know, Genesis is releasing next week, so we'll have an awesome gameplay trailer for you guys closer to launch because it's got some spoilery stuff in there, and we want you to see all that stuff right when it's coming out, and we'll have some more updates for you along the way. So look forward to playing with you guys next week.
And we didn't even have to talk about Arc 2, Jesse. Look how easy that was. They're out of time. It's time to go. Man, sorry, couldn't even talk about it.
We were close. You know, they got us. They got us. They were like, I see it forming on the lips.
It's really great working with Vin. He is awesome, and he's an Arc passionate player, and Arc 2 is going to be awesome.
There we go.
There you go. We got something that we weren't expecting.
Yeah, we got some surprises for you guys along the way, too, with that. So stay tuned.
Perfect. We're good.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you, guys.
Thanks for being here. Take it easy, guys.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, so we got that little bit at the end, you know, we got a little spice at the end.
That's how you do it right there. That's how you do it.